Hi, I'm Katie Farrell with Dashing Dish, and at Dashing Dish, I'm all about teaching you how to nourish not only your body, but your soul as well. Today, we're gonna make a really fun spin on chicken, and I think sometimes chicken gets a bad rap because people think it's dry, bland, boring, or they simply don't know how to cook it properly, so they kind of are intimidated and stay away from it. But it's a really fun, easy way to make absolutely flavorful, juicy, delicious chicken breasts. And what this is baked jalapeno popper chicken. So if you love jalapeno poppers or anything spicy, then this is a great recipe for you. But you can also kind of make it more mild using green peppers or green chilies instead of jalapenos. So regardless of your spicy factor, you can make this recipe at home. So to start, we have some just skinless, boneless chicken breasts in a baking pan, and then we're gonna mix together the topping for the baked chicken, and that is plain Greek yogurt to start. Now, sometimes I get questions about how to swap out Greek yogurt or any type of dairy, and in this recipe, a great swap out could also be mashed avocado. I know that sometimes people can't do dairy, and so mashed avocado would be a great swap out in this dish and many others as well. And then I also have some Parmesan cheese, and that adds a lot of flavor. You don't need a whole lot of Parmesan, and that's what I love about it in order for a big punch of flavor. Then just a little bit of shredded cheddar or your favorite shredded cheese. You could use mozzarella or cheddar jack, anything that you like. And this is all gonna go just right on top of the chicken breast. Then I have some diced jalapenos that I just used the canned diced jalapenos, but you can use green chilies or bell peppers, like I said, that you dice yourself and just saute a little bit just so they're not too crunchy. But I love buying just my peppers and my chilies in the can because it's already cooked for you. All the seeds are already out. It's just less of a hassle. And there are different ways that I like to think about ways that I can kind of save time in the kitchen, and one of them is definitely through buying more of my products that I can canned versus buying fresh. I also like to a lot of times buy frozen vegetables instead of fresh because you can just kind of cook them up really easily. They're already washed and cut for you, so that saves time. And then you just thaw them out and you cook them and use them in recipes. And also they don't go bad when they're in the freezer, so that's another bonus. And then some garlic powder. So I'm gonna stir this all together. And then our last ingredient that kind of makes it over the top, the jalapeno popper flavor, is just some bacon. So you could make your own bacon, you can do center cut bacon, you could do turkey bacon, any kind that you like. I like center cut because it's a little bit more lean rather than all the fat that's on just the general typical bacon that we would buy at the grocery store. So center cut is a good one to look for. And then you can cook it and then just crumble it so that it's nice and crisp, and add that to the mixture. Then I'm gonna give this a good stir, and I'm just gonna put it right on top of my chicken breasts. And I like to do this with all different kinds of flavors. You can do like a garlic parmesan on top of chicken just like this. And really all you wanna do is the same type of base, so Greek yogurt or mashed avocado, and then do any kind of spices or flavorings that you like. So you could do garlic powder, you could do onion powder, you could do dried parsley, you could do Parmesan cheese. You can really put your own spin on it. And what this does, this topping, is when you bake the chicken, it keeps all of the flavor and the moisture right into the chicken breast rather than getting dried, flavorless chicken breast that you bake. Because oftentimes when you bake chicken, it tends to be more dry because it is a lean cut of meat. So you could also do this with any other lean cut of meat that you like pork chops or anything that really you can think of. You could even do it with fish. And then, so I'm gonna bake this 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes. And a really good way to know if your chicken is done is you could either cut right in the center of it, the thickest piece, and say, okay, is this white or is it still pink? And if it's white, then you know it's cooked through. But you could also just buy a really inexpensive kitchen thermometer and just stick it right in the thickest part of the breast, right when you take it out. And if it's 165 or higher Fahrenheit, then you know that it's cooked through. And I like to do that especially with a baked chicken recipe, just so that you don't have to cut into the chicken or be nervous if it's cooked through. And then you can see how beautiful these look at the end. The cheese has melted in and the bacon is really crisp, and it tastes just like a jalapeno popper. So, and then you get your wonderful lean source of protein as well. And what I like to do when it comes to meal prepping for the week is I like to take any type of baked chicken recipe, much like this one, and I like to have a few different proteins that are made ahead of time. A lot of times I think that people get really overwhelmed with meal prep. They think, oh, I don't have time to meal prep, my weekends are so busy, or the beginning of my week is so busy. But at Dashing Dish, I really love to share how you can cut down on time and save time in the kitchen, and also meal prepping for the week. I always am a big fan of making a lot of things ahead of time in the beginning of my week, so that I know that I have really good go-tos to feed my family when things get busy during the weeknights. So what I do is I take this chicken recipe, I will completely make it ahead of time, and then you can either just pop it, cover it, pop it in your fridge for about 3 to 5 days, and it will stay good just like this. Then you pull it out and you put it in the oven right before you're ready to eat. Or you could even freeze it just like this and then thaw it overnight in your fridge and then pull it out and bake it right before you're ready to serve it. And just little things like that are an easy way to save time in the kitchen and also spend more time with your family and also feed them nutritious meals. So I hope this encouraged you guys today of trying new ways to bake up your chicken. And for this recipe and more just like it, head over to ctvn.org.